All right, how is it going today for everybody? Thanks for joining today if you've joined. Starting late because I was troubleshooting. I've been having problems with my live stream for the past since I started live streaming again. So I was trying to fix that problem this time around before I started the live stream. But it forced me to start the live stream later than I was actually planning on. So it's 9:21. I was hoping to be started by 9 o'clock. But it's okay. I'm still here. We're still streaming. We made it. I'm doing a quick audio check on my platforms. Probably gonna pull back the music just a little bit. I don't think it needs to be that loud. Okay, there we go. I think that should be better. All right. I think that should be good mic placement. Yeah, you can hear me. Great. So anyways, welcome to the live stream. It is great to be back. Okay. Before we actually get started, I just realized I got a text from my wife that I need to respond to. She wants to do I think she wants to do a TikTok trend. The said TikTok trend is, I guess there's a trend going on where husbands give 10 reasons why the wife is unfit for war. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do that. I'm going to try to help out my wife with that. I'm going to try to give her 10 reasons. So I'm going to do that live a little bit just because I can. Because I'm already live. I might as well. So here we go. We're going to get started with this. What are the 10 reasons? Let's see. Reason number 1. Let's see. Reason number 1. She doesn't. So my wife works out, but she also does not like to. She's not a big fan of sweating. So that's gonna be one of the reasons. Let's see. Reason number 2. Let me see. 10 reasons. Reason number 2. Let me think about this for a second. I need a second reason that she would be unfit. Let's see. Okay, so she doesn't like when people yell at her. She will just stop listening to you if you yell at her. That's the second reason. 10 reasons is hard. Oh my gosh. 10 reasons. We got 2. We got 2 reasons. I need 8 more. I don't know if I have 10 reasons. I know I definitely have those 2 reasons, and those are 2 things that those are like the only 2 reasons I can think of. If you're just joining, I'm trying to answer a question that my wife asked me for a TikTok trend. We got 2 reasons so far. I need a 3rd reason. Let's see. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. Reason number three that I'm doing is I don't think that she would be a big fan of the sleeping arrangements. So that's reason number 3. I need a reason number 4. If I can at least get to 5, then I will count that as a win. I just think it's gonna be really hard to get to 5 because I don't know what those 5 reasons would be. I have. Let me see. Let me think of number 4. I need number 4. Let's see. Number 4 is gonna be that. I mean, I guess there are other departments that you can be in the military technically, but I don't think that she would be a big fan of. She's not really a big fan of any weapon bigger than a handgun. You don't like. Bigger than a handgun. Let's see. I think so. Yeah. So I think I'm at 4. So the 4th reason is like she's not really a big fan of like weapons. Like she of like weapons bigger than like a handgun. Like I don't think that she would be able to handle like the way that like the military works, like semi-automatic weapons and all that stuff, or just fully automatic weapons. I don't think she would like that. But then like there's other departments in the military, so it's like she could technically be in those other departments technically. So I need to come up with like other reasons that she wouldn't be able to, that she wouldn't be fit for being in the military. If you're just joining, I'm trying to answer. If you're just joining, I'm trying to answer a text that my wife sent me. She's trying to do a TikTok trend that I guess is happening on wife TikTok. Didn't know about that, but she is doing a trend where basically I'm supposed to give her like 10 reasons that she's unfit to join the military. So I am on reason number, what am I on? I'm on reason number 5. I need to come up with a 5th reason that she would be unfit to go unfit for war. Let's see. What's another reason that my wife would be unfit for war? I don't know. I'm just gonna put, we have a kid. That's a good reason. 6. I need. What other reasons are there? So like, here's the reality. Like, if it really came down to it, I think my wife could do a lot of these things. But like, just on the surface level, to make this fun for her post, I'm trying to. Oh yeah, because you could be a drone pilot too, technically, couldn't you? But she's not really great with controllers, so I don't think that she would be a good drone pilot if she was in the military. So I'm gonna do that as another one. Couldn't be a drone pilot. Let's see. So yeah, so that's another reason. I think I got to 6. I need a 7th reason that she wouldn't be fit for the military. If you're watching, and you can throw out some ideas for why my wife wouldn't be fit for joining the military. And if you say something crazy, I might ban you. But in the event that you actually say something that is actually a good idea, that actually makes sense, I will probably send it in the text to her. But essentially, she's doing a TikTok trend where I'm supposed to like send her a text and give her 10 reasons that she would be unfit to go to war as part of the military. I mean, what other roles are there in the military? I don't really know all the different roles that you could do in the military. Like, I already did like the basic ones, the obvious ones where you're like actually in the field and stuff like that. And I did drone pilot. What else can you do? You can. Let's just start naming specific things. I think I'm gonna name like, couldn't be a mechanic because you don't like. Be a for getting your hand. Eight. Okay. We're up to 8. We're up to 8. I just need 2 more. 9, 10. 3 more. So I need to come up with 3 more reasons. Unfit. I'm just gonna do 8 through 9 is just gonna be 8 through 10 is just I probably just volunteer as tribute. Volunteer as tribute. Okay, so that's it. So here are the reasons that I said. So 1, my wife. So these are the 10 reasons. 1, she doesn't like sweat. 2, doesn't respond well to people yelling at her. 3, I don't think she'd be a big fan of the sleeping arrangements. And then she doesn't like any weapons larger than a handgun. 5, we have a kid. 6, she couldn't be a drone pilot because she's not really the best with remote controls. Like when I try to get her to play PlayStation, she's not really the best at that. And she has no patience to get good at it. Like she could get good at it if she tried, but she has no patience to get good at it. She has 0 interest in getting good at it, I should say. 7, she couldn't be a mechanic because she doesn't like getting her hands dirty. And then 8 through 10 are just, I'd probably just volunteer as tribute. Let me notify her so she sees that I sent that. Yeah, so anyways, that's one thing that I wanted to talk about. I just figured I'd do that live on, while I was live, just for fun, as something to do. But there is an actual thing that I do want to do today. So if you look at the title, I'm doing a 2-hour songwriting challenge. That's gonna happen at 10 o'clock. And I'm gonna go from 10 to midnight. I'm also realizing I did not announce on my socials that I am live right now. I need to do that. Let me get this all together. What's the universal link? There should be, I think there's a universal link for live streams too. I think it's, what's the universal link? Oh, I'm not typing, am I? I'm not. So I'm gonna go ahead and post this on my evergreen link for a YouTube channel's live stream. Let's see. I know I'm getting close, but I'm trying to read something on the screen. It might just be /live. Let me see. Let me check this real quick. Because I kind of want people to go to the YouTube live stream specifically, because that's where I'm at the most. So I'm gonna do, it might be youtube.com @JG. I don't know my handle is actually. Hold on, let me check my handle real quick. Let me go to customizations. Okay, so at _JGH /live. I think this might be it. Yes, it is. Great. That is exactly what I needed. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my TikTok. Not my TikTok, my Instagram. We're gonna go story. We're gonna put that down there. All right, and we're gonna say live right now. Then we're going to add a link. And it's going to be we can get rid of that. We can put this here. We're going to put that on my story. So that's on my story. So now that I got that posted, we can go ahead and get started with talking about the subject matter content stuff I want to talk about today. So I was scrolling through threads, as I do from time to time. I'm not really big on posting on there. Sometimes I scroll, sometimes I don't. But I happened to get on today and I saw a post from someone by the name of Andrew Southworth, which if you are into music marketing, he's someone that you would probably know if you watch a lot of like music marketing content on YouTube. But he made a post talking about something that Spotify announced that they're doing in September. So I'm just gonna go ahead and read this off the screen real quick, give you a quick so that you can get caught up to date with this. So it says, starting September, Spotify will automatically be detecting and labeling AI personas on the platform. Profiles that are flagged are excluded from editorial or algorithmic recommendations by default. Huge. Profiles have the ability to self-disclose their AI status, and listeners will be able to tell if they did or Spotify had to automatically label them. Artists can dispute the decision if they are falsely labeled as AI, and listeners can manually report profiles that the review team report profiles to the review team. So, and then there's another post here right now where he says, like, what is an AI persona? It's not every person uploading AI music. It's if the persona, quote unquote, is AI generated. If someone is uploading AI generated music under their real name and face, that won't be affected. On the flip side, if the music is human made, but the persona is AI generated, that will be affected. At least that's my interpretation of things. So that's kind of like Andrew Southworth's interpretation of what this statement is. And it's kind of vague. We'll see how it works out when we actually get there. But I just think this is really interesting because if you are a Spotify user, I am, because I have a complicated situation in my life of, I guess you could say, like, the whole thing about like there's no ethical consumption under capitalism. Like, I kind of have this weird situation where I still use Spotify just because it's kind of hard to leave sometimes when you have a platform where you kind of built a lot of stuff. I tried leaving and I hated the experience and I ended up back. But anyways, I just find that interesting because in that time where I was gone from Spotify and I was using other platforms, I was having a conversation with one of my friends that still used Spotify, and he was saying that like he doesn't really use the Spotify radio feature anymore for music discovery solely because they've been like flooding it with it's been getting flooded with AI generated music. And I was kind of like, I mean, mine wasn't really like that when I left. So I don't know. Maybe it's just your account. Sorry that I'm knocking the camera. I'm trying to fix a cable that's bothering me. So yeah. But then when I ended up back on Spotify, this was all happening like a few months back when I tried to leave. When I got back on Spotify, I started kind of like doing the radio again. And I just started poking through because I heard a song and I was like, this might be AI generated. I did a little digging, turned out I was right. I did more digging through the songs that were coming up on radio or that were queued up on the radio. And there were a lot of AI generated songs. So as a result, I was kind of like, ooh, I don't like this because personally for me, I don't really want to listen to AI generated music. Other people might feel differently, but for me personally, I'm not really a big fan of listening to AI generated music. I know some people that like have used AI in their music, and I don't really make a big deal about it to them. Like, it's fine. They can do whatever they want with their life. But I know for me personally, I don't really use AI in my actual music creation process. And I just don't have a need for it. And I would rather not listen to it. I kind of but I had a conversation with my wife about it because there were some playlists, like she was trying to play some music for our son, and there were some playlists that on YouTube that she was playing, and it was like, oh, that's AI generated music. And I was just like, I'd rather your son not listen to that stuff. So I showed her a few different channels that like are like DJs just spinning vinyl, and that's kind of what he listens to now, just around the house. So yeah, it's not really something that I want to listen to. So as a result of all this AI music being in Spotify and coming up on the radio, I kind of got to the point where I just kind of stopped using radio because I didn't want to have to sit there and filter through the music. What? It says new followers. Am I hovering over something that's saying that? Oh, I am, but there's no new followers, whatever. Yeah. I really didn't want to have to like be filtering through all the music that Spotify was giving me and trying to weed out the AI music. So I just kind of started using my other channels for my other methods of music discovery, because Spotify radio wasn't the only method that I would use for music discovery, but it was one of the channels that I would use, one of the methods I would use. But something interesting to point out from this announcement, from this post that Andrew Southworth posted, is that it looks like it's still not a blanket solution, interestingly enough. Like if you go back to that post, how he was kind of defining it, AI personas, kind of a vague statement, and nobody really knows how Spotify is going to do it and how they're going to play it out, how they're going to present it when it actually happens. So everybody's kind of just like guessing and assuming. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Like there's no like clear answer on what the AI personas are going to look like or anything like that. Or how what that actually means. Like, does that mean that, like he was saying, it's possible that maybe they will not label AI generated music if the person is uploading it under their own name? With the language saying AI persona, that does kind of sound like that's gonna be what they're doing, where you can upload your own music as AI. Hey, what's up, Ciano? Kind of just talking about this Spotify announcement that I just saw. Yeah, they are, I guess, going to start labeling AI music. Oh, I just realized I did not put that up on the screen. There we go. That's the post that I'm referencing. Yeah, so they are going to start labeling AI personas on Spotify, and it's not really clear what that means. It's going to start in September, so we'll see. But I was kind of talking about my experience of, I've been like, what does this do? 10 super chats? Sorry, I got ADHD. I got distracted very easily. I kind of want to see what this whole, okay, so that's what that is. I don't care about gold then. Yeah, so they're doing this AI persona thing, and I was kind of trying to figure out, like, and I was just talking about this real quick before I get into my 2-hour songwriting challenge. But ultimately, like, it sounds like they're gonna, yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people that do music content, music marketing stuff are talking about this. But ultimately, like, I'm just kind of like, we'll see how they actually do it, because like they've been really slow. Spotify has been really slow to do anything about AI. Other platforms have been like banning it already, and Spotify has been like, meh, we'll see. I'll think about it. One interesting thing to point out is that, at least for me, one interesting thing to point out is that they could just label all stuff on Spotify. They could just label all AI music on Spotify as AI generated music, but their language is kind of vague. So we don't really know what it means. In this post, if I go scroll down, Andrew Southworth kind of like talks about what he thinks it might mean, but we don't really know for sure. But one thing that I can probably confidently say, they're not doing this because they care about the user. They don't care that much that the music is AI generated. Spotify just... yeah, pretty much. It's annoying. But yeah, I don't think that Spotify is doing this because they care about their users that much. I think it has a lot more to do with the fact that, like, I was talking about my experience with using Spotify. As I would sift through my stuff on Spotify, like the radio feature on Spotify. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. They are probably just losing money. Because, like, I stopped using the radio feature because there was just too much AI music in there, and I just didn't feel like sifting through all of it to get to actual musicians. So I just kind of ended up using my other methods of finding new music, in addition to, like, just listening to what I already listened to, like my library that I've already established at this point. But ultimately, Spotify does not care. Like, honestly, they're probably, like, I've heard people, I went back to Apple Music and Bandcamp. Yeah, see, I tried Apple Music when it was brand new. I actually have a random story about how I was using Apple Music before everybody else, before it was actually Apple Music. I can talk about that later. But, yeah. I've been on Spotify since, like, 2015, I think, maybe. So I've been on it for a long time. I've been on it since it was almost as early as it was available in the United States. So that's part of the whole reason that I haven't necessarily left yet, even though Spotify is trash for me as an artist, where, like, they keep on doing things that they claim to be a platform for artists, but they are not. But they are not a platform for artists. Like, I know that. I am well aware of that. I don't really treat Spotify as a revenue arm for my music, mostly because I can't make any music money from Spotify because they have their whole 1,000. Spotify is also well integrated into other. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Spotify is integrated into other ecosystems. But yeah, like, my music, I don't get paid from my music on Spotify. For example, like, mainly because they created this 1,000 what is it, like 1,000 stream threshold. Yeah, it absolutely sucks for artists, like, but for gaming, yeah, it's great. But yeah, their 1,000 stream threshold for songs means that my music does not make money on Spotify. Like, I can show you this real quick, actually. Let me go ahead and do this. I'm gonna pull up Spotify for Artists so you can see what my Spotify for Artists looks like. Spotify for Artist. But this is the main reason that, like, Spotify does absolutely nothing for me musically, for my music. But I don't only put my music on Spotify. I actually kind of try to spread it out as much as possible. So you said Bandcamp. I also am on Bandcamp as well. Primarily because that's one of the few places that you can actually make money. Do I make a lot of money from Bandcamp? Absolutely not, because people don't buy my music. But I also probably need to promote it. I probably need to promote it a lot harder than I really do, because I don't really promote my Bandcamp that much. I did post last Friday was Bandcamp Friday. I did a post there. Somebody on Threads was talking about Bandcamp Friday and told artists to drop their links, so I did that. But nobody bought. It's not the end of the world. There's a reason I have a full-time job, and it's because that allows me to figure out my artist brand and myself as a creative while I figure these things out and not have to have all this work and like immediately. Like I have time to figure things out. So let's see. We're just gonna go here. We're gonna go to the music tab real quick. Let's bring this up so you can see this now. Ooh, that is bright. I'm sorry if I just like blasted you with bright lights. So this is my most recent song. My more recent songs have been kind of like not doing that well. Mostly because algorithms aren't pushing it, and my email list is pretty small. This is actually doing fairly well in comparison to the one I put out before this. But like 12 streams, that's not making money. 2 streams, not making money. 10 streams, not making money. 12 again, 13. Oh wait, no, this is the last 28 days. My bad. Give me a second. We'll just do all time. Okay, that's still 12 though. 12, 7, 39, 94, 231, 224. The whole EP has 1,000 streams. That's cool. Almost 1,500 streams. That's great. But there is no song on this EP, on my This Way Up EP, that actually has that many streams. And the majority of that is coming from these 3 songs, it looks like. So yeah, none of these songs have even broken 1,000 on Spotify. Most of them are sitting in that 100 to 400 range. This song is probably just that and newsletters, but yeah, marketing is 50% of the work. Absolutely, it is. And I realize that, and I do post on social media. Something that I'm about to do, because I only have one more song coming out this year. After that, I am going to be reposting old content that nobody has seen yet on my social media platforms. Because I did that at the beginning of the year when my son was born and I was busy and had no capacity to be able to be making new content and posting content and stuff like that. So what I did for the first 4 months, thank you. I am a proud father. But what I did for the first probably 3 or 4 months was I just took all my old posts from the previous years from when I was promoting my music, and I was just reposting those. I would post 3 times a week, and that actually did fairly well. Like, because part of the thing with these social media algorithms is that they do require, like, they can't really figure out what to do with your content unless you're really consistent. Yes. So they didn't really know what to do with my content because I wasn't posting. I think you have to post like at least 10 times a month. And I wasn't posting 10 times a month before that. But when I would just start reposting old stuff, it started, my Instagram started doing a lot better. For example, my TikTok started doing a lot better. And a lot of how I did that was I would be scheduling out the post 3 days a week. Fun fact, you can actually schedule out TikTok posts, which I don't think a lot of people know. The way you do that is through their website. If you go to the TikTok Studio website, you actually have the ability to schedule out posts. I think it's probably like 4 to 5 weeks in advance. So what I would do is every Sunday, I would just kind of like slightly tweak the old post to make them fit with the information that I had learned on like making content and like making better content. And I would just kind of like do better hooks maybe or something like that, text hooks and stuff like that. And then I would just schedule them and I would post them and I wouldn't have to think about it. And if I got on Instagram or TikTok just to scroll when I had a down second, I'd be flooded with a bunch of dopamine when I see that I got comments and whatever. But mine has been glitchy. It is extremely glitchy. They do not care about that platform at all. Yeah, they don't care about the TikTok website at all. So it's not the best. But basically, that's what I'm going to do at the end of the year after my last song comes out, which will come out in a couple months. I'm just going to be reposting old content, and I'm going to be trying to kind of feed in a little bit of new content, because like I'm at a point right now where I can make new content. I've been making new content for my music. I just don't make enough content. The amount of content you need to make to be a music artist today is insane. And it's kind of hard to do that when you have a full-time job, you're married, you have a kid, and you're trying to actually make the music, and you also have to create the content and edit it. It's just a lot to juggle. And this is not me complaining. Like, if I do the stuff because I do all that stuff because I enjoy it. It's just hard to do it at the level that I think is required to be able to shift from my current position into doing it full time. Like, I really just need a post to go viral and a bunch of people to listen to my music and an influx of money to come in so that I can actually start like growing past the point that I'm at. But I can't get there if I'm not posting all the time. It's like a weird double-edged sword. It is what it is. But that's also why I'm live right now, and why I go live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. if I actually start on time, which today I did not. But anyways, reuse and repurpose the same thing over and over again. But yeah, it's tedious. Yeah, it is tedious. But I'm the weird content. I was about to say content creator. I'm the weird musician, music artist that actually enjoys making content. Like, my full-time job is in marketing, and I make videos for my full-time job. So I just enjoy that kind of thing. And it's kind of like a fun, unfair advantage as a music artist that I actually enjoy it. My issue is just the capacity to be able to do it as frequently and as much as I need to do it. That's kind of the same word. I don't know why I said it that way. But anyways, yeah. So, before we transition out of this conversation and into doing a 2-hour songwriting challenge, I'm just going to pause real quick. If anybody has any thoughts, whether it's on TikTok, Twitch, or YouTube, go ahead and drop that in the chat, and I'll respond to those real quick. And then once we hit 10 o'clock, I'm going to go ahead and start the timer, which I still haven't set up to be able to be shown on screen because got to figure that out. But I'm going to go ahead and start the timer for the first hour, and then we'll go ahead and get into it. You could probably do your creative work as big projects, and your evergreen content is most of half your posting. Is most of your posting. Yeah, I could do that. That's is that kind of what I do? No, that's not what I do. What I was doing was like mostly doing most of what I was doing was posting, like, I just have a bunch of content from when I've like promoted music. And like, this is content that I like really went out and shot and stuff like that, like with nice camera sometimes it's mobile on the phone. I kind of have a variety of styles that I've tried out just to see if it worked with a mobile device or if I shot with a nice camera and stuff like that. So I would just repost those. Like, that's kind of like my initial thing. But then I have other things that I do on social media. Like, I actually need to shoot this other video because I have I have a TikTok short form series, I'll call it, called The Journey, where it's kind of like a documentary vlog kind of thing where I kind of talk about the journey of becoming a music artist and like what that looks like. I think I have episode 8 planned out in my head. I just haven't had the time to create it. But that's like one of my evergreen pieces of content that I do from time to time. And I don't think I've done an episode at all this year. If I have done an episode at all this year, I've only done one, but I started it last year. Yeah, so I've done that. I should just do more yapping stuff like this. I've just kind of been trying to avoid doing like music business stuff because like my YouTube channel is monetized, for example, but the way it got monetized was I was doing content about music business for the most part and talking about stuff that I was reading in books. But I started getting people reaching out to me asking for help understanding business stuff, and I didn't like that because I kind of felt weird because I was like basically giving music business advice to people even though I was getting it from books, and I did have some experiences. Like, for example, like at the time that I was starting my YouTube channel, I was literally living in Atlanta because I was working with a music artist who was in the process of getting signed to a major label. So I was like close to it, but I hadn't experienced any of the stuff that I was kind of talking about yet. So I just got to the point where I was like, I don't really want to talk about these things. Like, because like as people were asking me for advice, I kind of started to feel like it was too much of a. Oh, absolutely, and it is absolutely that same kind of disclaimer of like I'm not a doctor or an attorney, and I basically told people that I wasn't acting like I had all this knowledge. If someone asked me a question, how's that door open? If somebody asked me a question, like I remember I actually took a phone call from somebody one time, and he did not like my answer because I was like, honestly, bro, I just read books. And I gave him a bunch of links to books that I read. And I was like, this is where all my information is coming from. If you need more information on these things, this is where I would go because this will help you out a lot. This is how I'm learning these things. And that's how I positioned the stuff. He didn't like that answer too much because I think he just wanted somebody to kind of fix his problem. So yeah, he didn't like that too much. And that's fine. Like I really could have done a thing where I was like charging people to do consultation calls. But I definitely have a pet peeve of like, yeah, exactly. People have to be resourceful on their own. I can't hold your hand and make things work for you. Like I think that everybody wants like a magic fix or just wants to magically like get all the information just uploaded to their brain. Not everybody, but a lot of people. And I don't think that that is really, that's not possible. Like the only reason that I have as much information as I have is because I've been making music since 2011 when I was like 16 years old. Just to out my age, I guess. And yeah, giving your sources is a lot of heavy lifting enough. I mean, yeah, technically, but I had Amazon affiliate links so I could make money when people bought the books. So I made a little bit of money. Like there was a whole path that I could have taken that would have been making me money if I had continued down that path, but I did not like it. So I started shifting my content away from that and tried to start emphasizing more of my music after I started making my own music because I was a producer at the time and I wasn't really writing my own music. I was producing for other people. And at this point, I've kind of stepped into the entire role of being an artist. That started out with me just making like instrumental tracks, like electronic music. And I'm still making electronic music, but I'm starting to use my vocals more, even though I don't want to be boxed into that. But that's neither here nor there. That also might be a good segue into this 2-hour songwriting challenge. Oh, absolutely. I did. I gave him as much help as I had. Like I'm not gonna be able to make him a celebrity or anything because like I wasn't a celebrity. Yeah. And I did send him the affiliate links and he didn't buy a single one of those books because you can see when people buy things from your affiliate links. So it is what it is. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and bring this portion of the conversation to a close because we're going to go get into the next thing, which is a 2-hour songwriting challenge. Let's go ahead and close this out. So here is how the 2-hour songwriting challenge works. Basically, my goal ultimately is to be able to, actually, let me pause this because this is also going to be turned into a YouTube video. So I need to make sure that the audio is clean. So I'm about to do the 2-hour songwriting challenge. The way that this basically works is I will set an hour for 1 hour. Set an hour for 1 hour. I'll set a timer for 1 hour. And I have 1 hour to create the production that I will use for a song. And then the second hour, once that timer is up, I have to stop on the production. And it's time for me to transition into songwriting. So at that point, then I have to write and track vocals for the song. And I have 1 hour to do all that. The ultimate goal is for me to become a better songwriter and to be able to actualize my ideas a lot faster and a lot more effectively. Right now, this is probably the 4th time that I've done it. I have not gotten through a full song. I'm not expecting to be able to get to a full song overnight. This is more just me documenting my process of getting there. Anyways, with that being said, it is time to start. So we're going to go ahead and get a timer going. Let's find our 1 hour timer. And here we go. We have 1 hour on the clock. That's not in focus. Come on, focus. You can do it. I believe in you. All right, so here we go. Let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and put on my headphones so I can just hear better. So I use Ableton Live, as you can see. I am probably going to... How should I do this? Usually I just start with some chords, but I find that I do a much better job when I do drums first. So I'm going to start with the drums first. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to jump over here. I'm going to pick a drum kit. I have all these drum kits that I've made. I like the Sticks and Stones one just because I think the name is funny. So I'm going to go with that one first. Eventually I'll get a camera so you can actually see what I'm doing. Drums first. Yes. Yes. Drums first. Is that a cow? Okay. Why isn't... Is this not... Oh! Okay, I gotta turn this one. Oh, it's a drum. Okay, well, it's a very tiny... It's very tiny on this computer screen, and I have to get really close to see it. These glasses aren't thick enough. So, to me, it looked like a cow, and I was like, what? Alright, here we go. I think you should hear that. You're probably hearing a lot of staticky noise. There's something going on. Hold on. Oh, there's feedback. Okay. Let's mute that. Okay, there we go. What? Hold on. I'm on the wrong interface. Interface. No. We're off to a very bad start. We're burning time right now. This is not good. No bueno. Okay. Boom, boom. All right. I think... Okay, you should hear that now, I believe. Should be good. We're moving, we're grooving. Now I can hear it. I don't know. I like that. We'll see if I can do that. I need a metronome. Here we go. Sloppy, but it'll work. We're gonna put that there, pull that up. Ooh, actually that wasn't even on purpose, but I like where that clap is like late. And then I need to put that one on the downbeat. So my sample rate, 64, jump that up to 1,000. 54 minutes. Are you adding pressure to me while I try to do this by keeping track of the time? Are you right? A little bit. There we go. One day I'll actually get this up on the screen so that this will be going so that you can see this while I'm actually doing all this stuff. I just had a big brain moment. Give me a second. I just figured it out. I'm gonna play this drum loop real quick. It's probably sloppy, but I'm gonna play this drum loop and then I'm gonna get this up on the screen. I need to learn how to do this. Do you make music or do you produce or like write songs? I think I'm gonna put that one there. Put that there. Actually, that one needs to be on there, and then this one needs to be the one that swung. Yo, trash. So we need to do the 4. You're not a producer by a long shot. Ooh, that's bad. Well, clearly I'm bad at this too. That sounded awful. I think I'm going to put that kick there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to let this play. We're going to turn this up because I just realized that's probably not loud enough. That's going through the wrong channel too. Ooh. Okay, there we go. That's much better. I had it routed wrong. That was the problem. Let me get these hi-hats all at the same level. All right, let me go get a thing so I can actually have this, the timer showing on camera real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do while we're wasting time. We're gonna attach this phone mount to this tripod. We're gonna put this tripod okay, we're gonna turn off that. I'm gonna lower this down a little bit. I think that should be in frame. So you should be able to see the timer now. I don't like that kick, but I'm not gonna worry about changing sounds right now. I'm just gonna get the idea out. I really need to update my template to reflect my actual creative process and plugins that I use today, because it's not reflecting that at this moment. Okay, we're gonna pull up Serum. Why'd it change? Yo, I don't want to download. I just want, which one was it? It was Red Alert. I don't want that one. It's supposed to be Red Alert. There we go. That's much better. Let's see. I think you should be able to hear that. That sound is trash though. Need a different sound. I think that's a general idea. I think that's that's what we're gonna work with. I also just realized I need to make this longer because I don't think I need to double that because I think that this is gonna be like double the length. All right, there we go. Cool. All right, is everything sounding good on your end? Let me know. We'll try that. That's undo that. I will get this right. If I don't get this right, I'm just gonna run. I'll just fix it. We try to figure out this chord progression. We got that. So I think I got the voice. If I just change the voice, if I go, uh, yeah, that'll make it easier. Here we go. I added that on a whim. Whatever. I think it works. How much time do we have? This is 46 minutes. Okay. Great. Glad it sounds good. Except for the actual sound of the music that I'm making. Yeah, that needs to move there. Move those back. Move that back. Okay, so this is how I fix problems with my piano playing. I get one section that's decent, and then I just... Oh, my computer just froze. Ugh. But yeah, once I get... I'm not trying to save. Cancel. I get one decent play, and then... Oh my gosh, I'm struggling with life. And then I'll just do this. We don't need any of these notes because they're not the right notes. And then we'll take all these. And then there's 3 notes that I need to remove. That section. This needs to come down here. Same thing, 3 notes that need to be removed. Nope, that one was one of the ones that need to stay. And the same thing with this section. That was actually decent. And I don't want that note to go up, actually. That's actually. I'm gonna go back to that note actually, because that actually sounded interesting. So. We're gonna do this. We're gonna fold so we can see all the notes. And then we're going to just delete that. Okay, so that needs to be a C. So this last note needs to drop down to a C. And then we got the 5. So 5. So this one needs to go up to a G. And then that needs to go back to the first one. So this is going to go back down here. And then I'm probably just going to go back up to that one chord that I had right here. Yes, this is my creative process. I come up with ideas and I change them in the moment. Nope. Close though. We'll try that. We'll try that and see how that works. All right. That needs to go down one step. Is that already there? Yeah, that's right. Okay, how much time do we have left? 40 minutes. And now I don't like the rhythm. I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna find a new rhythm by doing this. Delete all these notes. I also need a better sound, but that's neither here nor there. It is actually here and there. Let's add a side chain to this. We're going to route this to the kick. Bring this over. Then drop this onto that channel. Want a better one. Unfortunately, I don't want to say this out loud, but I'm going to say this out loud. I'm pretty sure this is the same chord progression to Nikes by Frank Ocean. Not the worst thing. It's slightly different. I like that song, so it's not like bad. I just hate when I feel like I'm emulating something that I've already heard, even if I'm recontextualizing it. What do we do, Nintendo? I think we already did that one. All right. Okay, so this is the other challenge that I have with this computer. It's forcing me to commit to ideas a little bit because it is struggling to keep up with some of these newer plugins. So a lot of what I end up having to do is bounce to audio. How much time do we have while I'm waiting for this? 37 minutes. But yeah, Ciano, you are absolutely accurate. It does happen. But also, this song will probably never see the light of day after this, so I don't think it matters too much. Let's add OTT and see what that does. All right, so we got that. How is everybody feeling about the chord progression / sound? Because I don't love it. Just putting that out there right now. But I'm just gonna commit to it for now, and I can come up with something else different later if I need to. And I just made something last night that I think there's a bass that I want to use. There we go. So there's a bass that I used that I want to use on this. I don't know which one it is. These actually might be the same bass, so maybe I don't have to worry about it. I can just drop it in. This is from a track I was working on last night, this bass line that I'm about to do. Okay. Are those eye emojis? I can't tell. Okay, Sienna said it's catchy. I think I can read your name, Chloe. You said eyes. I'm assuming that means that this is making your eyes burn because it's so bad. Yeah, that bass. That's the bass that I wanted. That is literally Nikes by Frank Ocean. So much fun. Yeah. I'll just let that note play out. That doesn't need to do another right there. Oh, TikTok kicked you out of the live. So I put the eyes to make sure you knew that I was still here. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I wasn't commenting mode. Okay, that makes sense. Also, on YouTube, Ciano said the eye emoji means that you're surprised, and also that something caught your attention. But it sounds like it might just be that you got kicked out of off of TikTok. TikTok said, "Nah, we're not having that." Ah, why didn't that quantize to the right spot? Get rid of that. Put it there. There we go. Nah, we're just gonna take out that note. I don't think it needs that note. All right. We got a bass line. We got main melody. Only thing that I want to add, not the only thing that I want to add, but one of the things that I need to add, that I'm contractually obligated to add personally, that nobody else cares if I add, is an arpeggio. So we're just gonna pull this thing up. Where would I be? Explore types. Like, this is my go-to, by the way, just in case you were wondering, which you probably aren't, but whatever. But I really like the Acid plugin, which is like Analog Labs or Arturia's version of the I think it's the TR-303, I believe. That's a bass line. We don't want a bass line. This is where I should have started, because that actually sounded really interesting, but I'm not abandoning this idea. So instead of having to play everything again, my pro tip, and the reason that I never delete my MIDI files, because I can just drag and drop. And then I can jump that up. And I can use that as a starting point, because I don't like that sound. But now that I've done this, I can just kind of... No. One of these is actually like my go-to, and I don't remember which one it is. Do I want an arpeggio? What do I want? Do I want a melodic sequence or an arpeggio? I think I'm going to try it. I think it's chopper. Yes, it is. All right. This is where we get to the fun part, for the arpeggio at least. So I love going into this thing and tweaking the arpeggio. So if I could just remember how to do that, that'd be great. Here we go. So we got this. I don't need the controls. I just need this part. So I want this to be... I hope not, but it looks like YouTube is saying that it's down. Hopefully everything didn't go down. Maybe it's just YouTube. Okay, yeah, we're still good. So yeah, so now we got that arpeggio. Tuck that in the back. Got to get the bass under control. Great, because whatever reason, YouTube constantly is quitting on me. I got to figure out my internet problem. So we've got a loop now. So this is where we'll kind of just like do a quick sequence, and then I can kind of think through some other ways to make this better. And it's probably going to be doing more to the drums, but I just want to get like the core idea down so that I don't get to... How much time is left? 27 minutes? Great, perfect. I also just realized I didn't finish that sentence. I want to get the core idea down so that... Excuse me. So that I don't run out of time and then not have a base for me to like write lyrics to. I think I'm going to start with the drums, actually. Okay, and we're going to put a little break there, because why not? We're going to go at 3. Okay, so we got like a nice little core idea. I am going to start kind of like adding some layers and tweaking some sounds a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do... I need some nice... Not that. That was awful. I apologize for attacking your ears like that unintentionally. That almost sounds interesting. Let me see. What about Immortal Legacy? That one sounded Let me figure out if I can tweak that sound, because where's that coming from? Where are we changing sounds? Ooh, that's the sound. I just need to make that longer. So we're gonna up. Let's. Okay, that's it. I need to bring that up an octave. Actually, I'll just take out the bass. I don't need the bass. Fine. Let's see how that sounds. I just gotta find the right sound. This one gives me the right vibe. This one gives me the right vibe. So let me just bounce this to a new track real quick, so I can actually hear it in context. So this is gonna be audio now, so I won't be able to change anything. But how's everybody feeling about this? How's everybody doing? How we feeling out there, as they say in some. I actually might not even want to do the drums at the opening if I do that. Let me undo this and then bounce that with a bass line. What'd you say? Analog Lab? Yeah, no, they have really good key sounds. All those Analog Lab. I don't think I've used Astra, to be completely honest with you. Spitfire, I've used a little bit of. I don't know why I didn't see that comment before. I don't know why it wasn't showing up before. That's weird. I think you can see this on your screen on the vertical version. I think this is okay. I do think what I will do, though, I'm gonna change out that kick, because that kick is driving me crazy. It sounds terrible. I think that I put like distortion on this, if I recall. I did. That sounds even worse. All right, let me find a better kick real quick. Ooh, I know what's gonna actually take this to another level too. Well, first I'm gonna find the kick. I think, what does that say? 18 minutes, I think. I'm looking at this backward. Yeah, 18 minutes. Okay. All right. No. I just need a kick. I don't need all that. That sounds cool. This is for R&B and UK garage. Garage, as they say in the UK. No, I don't want to zoom in right there. Just let me. There we go. Okay, cool. Nope, wrong thing. Up. Here we go. I think it was this one. Yeah, that one. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit. That's the first thing. The other thing is that hi-hat. Just sounds terrible. We might be able to get away with keeping it if I just tweak it, so. Let's down pitch it. Okay. It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst. Let's do other thing that I was gonna do, which actually I might just use. We're gonna use RC20 for this. It basically does the exact same thing that I was gonna do with just putting a plugin in, but it'll be a little bit more natural-ish esque. I think. I guess. I don't know. Cool. Just gonna drop this here, hither. And we'll put this after the side chain, so it's not impacted by. It might still actually be impacted by it. We'll see. Okay, so this is RC20. Yeah, I just want vinyl crackle. We're gonna turn it down a little bit. Yeah. Then the other thing that I've been doing, and I will continue to do this, is put crowd sounds in here. A lot of this just makes it feel like it gives it like a vibe, like an aesthetic. So then we're just gonna turn that down, way down. Then go and actually move RC20 to that track. So yeah, the whole point of doing that, just putting that in there, is like it kind of, I don't know, it just does something different to a track, like putting people talking in the background, just like noise and chatter, then throwing in a little bit of vinyl hiss. I don't even know if you can hear this on TikTok at all, honestly. But it's like not supposed to be like super loud. It's just supposed to be mostly felt. Although I think I want more of like a coffee shop vibe. So I think if I go to cinematic, I should be able to find another one that I've used in the past. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much like some saturation. Okay, and we don't need any of that to be quantized, just let it play. Then let's add some. Looks like there's some loud sounds in this, so I'm just gonna put a compressor on it to control it before that loud sound gets there. That kick's kind of loud, but whatever. And I think I might do 8 bars. I might make the arpeggio 8 bars. I don't know if I like it. I think so. I want to turn this up a little bit. That's way too loud, but whatever. I think we'll sit it like right there. Like it just makes it feel like you're like kind of like in a room with people a little bit. But like there's just stuff going on and you're just kind of like sitting in a coffee shop writing out your thoughts. It's like a journal entry, or like you're writing in your journal at a coffee shop or something like that. And I actually want to slow this down. I just feel like there's a lot of fast stuff going on and I don't want that many fast things. The drums are already fast enough. What if we do this for that? And then we're going to get some percussion in here. Instead of doing cinematic, we're going to do percussion. We're just going to take some random sounds and kind of like just drop them in throughout the drum loop. I think we have 10 minutes. We're doing good on time. That's good. That's fine. Like I have enough to be able to like write to. And I think I'll use the last like 5 minutes to like brainstorm some concepts. No. No. I need something. We can use this one. So we'll put this down here. And the way that this is going to work is I'm just going to find spots to drop these in. Like, I'm not going to just play it as a loop. Like, I think if we find, usually what I do is I like zoom in really close and I find like a little spot, and then I'll just like drag through some stuff until I hear something. We don't need that one. We can put that there. I'm gonna put something right there. I'm gonna take that sound, put that right there. That there. What did we put that there? You're gonna take out that. Yeah, I think that's all we need. Just delete all that. And it's just gonna do this. It's such a subtle thing, but I feel like it does exactly what it needs to. I'm not trying to make this the most complicated, complex, and that's not even gonna be throughout the entire track. It's gonna like come in right here. We're gonna drop it out right here. We'll let it go. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put that other sound back in there, but I think I'm gonna resample it, and then I'm gonna only drop it in little sections, so it's not gonna be showing up the entire time. We're gonna do that. Boom, 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 boom. Bounce that to audio, and then I'm gonna like yeah, we'll like keep that little section in right here. We'll put that one in right there too. The whole goal is to like not overdo where sounds show up and to like kind of give it a lot of space. Okay, we're at 5 minutes, so I'm gonna stop here and see how that sounds. I'm just gonna play this through real quick, this last 5 minutes, and think about some stuff and see if I can come up with some concepts. If you have any concepts, drop them in the chat though. turn on the kick. Yes. Camera's over here, though. Yeah, it's definitely like a more storytelling reflective vibe. So like I feel like if I was going to be like trying to tell a story with this, and I try to like pull from like very specific moments in my life when I'm writing, so I can like kind of have it rooted in something rather than just be random words that I think sound cool. If we're kind of contextualizing this as like writing to a coffee shop, if you can see my face, I don't know, you can. I think we could probably. Okay, cool. I realized that the phone might be in the way, and I started worrying about that. Let's see. Content, stories from my life. Let me reflect on my life, because this is what this sounds like. Ooh, another moment. Okay. So here's an idea. Reminds me of digital drawing or watercoloring strangers, people watching. I like the concept of people watching. Like, let's say, like, that would be interesting, actually. We could do something with people watching. That is actually something that I have legitimately done in my life, because I just find people interesting, like just watching people interesting. I think that's what we'll run with. We have a minute before we start with the vocal tracking, so I gotta like break out the other microphone, the vocal tracking microphone. This is where everything falls apart, though, by the way, because I'm not. Oh, hey, what's up, Vino? I am doing a 2-hour songwriting challenge, by the way. Strangers passing by, you see people's outer details, but you don't know. Yeah. I've been on for like an hour and 45 minutes. I like that concept. Because okay, so this is. So while we're waiting for this to happen, for the timer to run out, like I will tell you, like, so like let's say for example, like there have been moments where like if I'm in Chicago and I'm on the train and like I'm just there and there's just people living their lives and they're just kind of like going from point A to point B and you don't really know where they're going. But like in this, oh, timer's going off. Wait, no, stop, no, wait. Cancel. So anyways, as I was saying, while I wait for stuff to get situated, like when you're like just sitting on a bus, for example, or sitting on a train, and you're kind of just like in a room with people, but like everybody's minding their business, like everybody has their own lives and you don't know anything about them, but like in that moment you're all just kind of together, but you're all alone at the same time. Like I feel like that's kind of like the vibe and the feeling that I get from this. I think that we can probably build off of that. Ooh, I got the very first line. I'm gonna have to go ahead and first time gifters, the new top gifter. I don't know what any of that means. I don't know how TikTok works. So I don't know what any of that stuff means that it's telling me about. Like the heart and the goat and all that stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and before we start, actually, I'm gonna do one thing. So this is something that I have to do because I I use auto tune. Shocker. I don't use a lot of it, but I do use it because sometimes it has a nice texture. Sometimes it just helps me make sure I'm not singing out of key. So I have to find the key. So what I use, there's this plugin, this app called Auto Key that the same company that makes AutoTune makes, and I can scan it, and then when I pull up AutoTune, like I can actually send the key to the correct key to AutoTune. So I'm gonna pull it up on the screen so you can see it. All right, so you can see it now. I think. Let me center it. There we go. Yeah, so it's centered. So I'm gonna play the track out loud, and then I am going to do this. It's going to tell me what the key is, and then I'll show the same thing. I usually hold it up to the speaker, but we'll see if I can just hold it right here and do the same process. Fingers crossed it works. Let me do this. Okay, it says G flat minor. Very interesting key because I don't think I've ever really done anything in that key. So then if I click, I'll try to do this where I can see it. If I click here, this page pops up that you can't see because the screen's too bright, but it allows me to send it to the key, send a key. So if I hit confirm, now it changed the key. Technically it said F sharp minor, but F sharp minor is the exact same thing as G sharp or G flat minor, so it doesn't really matter that much. It's all good. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna do before I start this timer is just bounce this to a new track, primarily because I just need this to be as light as possible, because when I start doing vocal tracking, it sometimes just falls apart and it doesn't work as well. But we're gonna go ahead and put this back up here. Up here. Can you see that? I think you can see that. Cool. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. All right. Now I'm gonna mute this microphone that I've been using right here off camera. This microphone's now gone. And we're gonna jump over to this one where there's an ungodly. Yep. All right. That's a little better. Okay. Reduce latency. We're gonna pretend like you can't hear the sound of my computer just buzzing in the background. Whatever. Anyways, so we got that. So the first line, based off of everything we were talking about. Actually, let me start the timer for this. Where's the button? Right there. There we go. So we're starting with this now. So the first line that I came up with when we were talking about the concept was starting off with a line like "together alone," because I just like that juxtaposition. We'll see if I can come up with a melody to say that. Ooh, it's bugging out. Let me freeze all these tracks that I'm using. This is, I need a new computer. Severely. So while we're doing that, freeze tracks. Okay, well, fine. Don't freeze the drums. I don't care. See if I care. All right. Apparently, I can't. The microphone's muted when it's freezing tracks, so I'm just gonna jump over to this mic real quick. But while we're waiting, I don't know. Join my Patreon, I guess, or subscribe on my YouTube channel or something. Help me buy a new laptop. Yeah, but anyways, technically I do actually have a Patreon. I have like two tiers. One's free, the other one's paid. I'm just gonna talk about that while I wait for this to continue freezing these tracks. But basically, on the free tier, you get replays of live streams that I do where I break down my songs that I release. And I think there's some other stuff that I put on the free tier, but the paid tier gets those live streams where I break down my new releases, and I do a Q&A section. And I also let the Patreon members vote on a back catalog song that I can like break down on a separate live stream. And I also do like one take videos where I talk about something that's been on my mind in regards to my whole creative project. Right now it's probably just stuff in regards to like artist development stuff that I've been working on. What else do I do? You get early access to music, and if I do a YouTube video, there's early access to that too. But also, you don't need to really join if you don't want to. It's all your choice. It's your life. You do what you want. But we're back. I don't think it's going to be glitching anymore. Okay, there we go. That's better. So what we're going to start with, just to get this started, is I'm just going to mumble some melodies until I find a melody that works. I don't want that much auto-tune. Like I said, I don't actually use a ton of it right now. Like, this sounds pretty normal. So, yeah. So I'm just going to record me mumbling some ideas until I land on something interesting. I have a melody in my head, and I can't hit that note. I honestly might just need to change the key of the song. That's another thing that I forgot that I sometimes have to do for vocals. The tricky thing is I just froze all these tracks. And I don't know if there's a quick and easy way. Maybe there is a way for me to just pitch shift everything. We'll see how this works. This might help. Can I just... And then we'll just kind of keep these things together at the same time. Yo, the bass is in a different key. Okay, so let's do that. That's an interesting melody. I could do that. Together, it might not. I might not be able to do this. I might have to. Yeah, because that's causing this to break up. I sound like a robot. Okay. Can I fix this? Oh my gosh, I hate this computer. That literally, whatever just happened, just killed this whole thing. Yeah, I'm trying to fix it. I off. Okay. Let me, because I don't know why. No, you're fine. I'm just. I think the pitch shift is just. It doesn't like what I did, and now I'm getting a weird distortion on my microphone. Ugh. Let me just close out a bunch of software and see if that frees up some space. I don't know why that's open. I don't need that open. I don't need this open, whatever that is. That doesn't need to be open. Let's just free up some RAM. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Okay, we're gonna try it again and see what happens. Are we clear? Are we clear?
Yes.
Yes, we are. Okay. Closing out a bunch of software. Okay. Let's see. I like that melody. If we can do it in the right key, hopefully I can hit that note. That's the one thing I hate about autotune, because like I don't always play on the same note. Yeah, I need that note. Oh yeah, that's a whole different key. Now my voice is clear. We could risk this. We could risk it. There has to be like they have to have a stock plugin for this. That doesn't take. It doesn't like kill my computer. Oh my gosh! I hate this computer so much. Yo. Stop. I don't know if you could hear that, but I totally could hear that in my headphones, and that was loud and jarring. There should be no more delay anymore. I forgot I have to mute this microphone. I can kind of hit that, but we'll try it. We'll see how it goes. Worst thing that can happen is I embarrass myself on the internet. Together alone, yeah. All right, here we go. Together alone. Together alone. Together alone. Together alone. It sounded terrible-ish, but it's functional. I'm just gonna take that. Where does the drum start? Here? 9? Yeah. This is also in the wrong key, so I need to fix that too. I probably need to like redo my vocal chain so it doesn't use so many like heavy CPU heavy plugins too. That would probably help a lot. Together alone. I don't like how loud that is. We can add a little bit of reverb, make it sound more interesting. Together alone. All right, see you later, Ciano. Actually, I'm actually not able to meet tomorrow. I meant to send you a message. I'll send you a message after I get off this live stream, though, and talk about what's going on. I just got some live stuff happening at the same time that we typically meet tomorrow. Okay, these plugins are doing way too much. Yes, next week. I think I'm gonna get rid of all these plugins and see if that helps. I mean, the computer seems like it's struggling a lot less. But now, I don't know. Can you hear me still? And maybe it's that it has to process the reverb. So maybe I should just take the reverb off for now. On this, at least. Check, check, check. I think it was the reverb. A little bit. I can still hear some clipping. By saying that there's 0 latency on this. Okay. We're gonna try to make this work. But together alone. Together alone. I can't resist. I need a little bit of something. Together alone. Ooh. Alright. Alright, I got the next line. On the train back home. Together alone. On the train back home. On the train back home. On the train back home. Alright. Together alone. On the train back home. This is like way too high. This is out of my vocal range. Like I can hit those notes, but if I want to go up, I'm cooked. But we got the first 2 lines. Together alone. On the train back home. Maybe this vocal take was better. Together alone. It wasn't. I like the way I said it, but I didn't say the entire. Maybe. Together alone. On the way back home. Together alone. On the train back home. to fill in those words right there. So we're on the train. We're on the train. We're going back home. Together alone. On the train back home. I'm just gonna play this real quick. Together alone. On the train back home. I need compression badly. Not that much compression. Like that. Still too much. Together alone. On the train back home. Together alone. Train back home. How do I write about this? This is like challenging to write about. Like this is the part. Like I spent the majority of my music time early on, like doing production. So like that's where I like spent time developing my skills, and now I'm trying to develop the songwriting muscle. So that's where I'm like struggling on this front. Way back home, way back home, way home. And I don't know what's going on. Those are words. Let me try something. Together alone, on the way back home. And I don't know. Ooh. And I don't know. Together alone, on the way back home. And I don't know what's going on. What's going on with you and me? What's going on? What's going on with you and me? That. Let's try that. Get that. What's going? What's going on with you and me right now when I'm What's going on? What's going on with you? What's going on? What's going on with you and me right now on this train? What's going on with What's going on with you and me right now on this train in my phone and What's going on with you and me right now? Living life on this train and let me do this to make this mildly more interesting. Minimize that. We just need Google Docs. I'm gonna put the lyrics that I'm coming up with here so I can actually see them. What's going on with you and me right now on this train? See, when I mumble stuff, then I can fill in words. Me right now. Way to right now on this train on our way. Hey, on this train on our way somehow. Train on our way some. This also doesn't make sense. Some way somehow. What's going on? Writing a story around. Basically, are you suggesting lines? That might be actually what you're doing, and I just misread that. Change later. Writing a story. Right. Yeah, I probably have to tweak some of the syllables, but that's like a good idea. What's going on? Can I make this slightly smaller? There you go. What's going on with... Ah. This is why metronomes exist. Alright. Can you see... I'm gonna shrink that down a little bit. I think you can see that on the screen. Yeah, you can see that on the screen. Perfect. All right. All right, we got an annoying metronome now, unfortunately. What's going on with you and me right now? Okay. What's going on with you and me right now? On this way, on this train, some way, somehow. Okay. So we got some suggestions. I write lyrics around movies. Okay. That's actually a good idea. I did that once when I did a writing exercise. That would actually be a great live stream idea. I don't have to keep on doing these 2-hour things all the time. So let's see. What's going on with you and me right now on a train on our way somewhere? On our way, on this train on our way somewhere. Let's see. Somewhere in town. In town, and I'll see you when I see. I can't spell when I see. Okay, I have no clue if these lyrics can be written, but the melodies can't be. I have the melody now, and now I'm just filling in the syllables, and I have no clue if these syllables actually work. So I'm about to try it. We're about to run it. Fingers crossed. We'll see how it goes. Okay, we have a little bit of clipping. Ugh, I hate that. What's going on with you and me right now? We're gonna have to punch in because I am not gonna remember a single word I wrote down. Okay, we're gonna do it this way. Close out that. We don't need that. Or that. Or that. Or that. Or that. Minimize that. Don't look at that. We can get rid of that. Okay. So I think that should be functional. You should be able to see on TikTok, and people can see that on YouTube. So we should be good. All right. Don't need that anymore. What's going on with you and me right now on this train? What is it? On this train on our way somewhere in town. Okay. On this train. There we go. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? I need another vocal track. You said lyrics later on, but melody first and foremost. Yeah, I mean that's actually my writing process. I just mumble a bunch of stuff until I get a melody, and then I'm like, oh, well, fill in the blanks. But that's because I'm a producer first and a songwriter second. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? All right. Right now on this train on our way somewhere in town. When I see you in the, I see you in your world. Right now on this train on our way somewhere in town. Oh my gosh, these lyrics. Right now on this train on our way somewhere in town. When I see you in your world, I found that's something. We'll put that there for now. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found something in. I found. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I don't know if that's gonna work or not, bro. TikTok thinks that I'm inactive and they're threatening to end my live if I don't put a puzzle in place. I hate this so much. All right, there. Puzzle in place. Let me do what I was doing, trying to break my focus. They think that I'm just sitting here doing absolutely nothing. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found the thing I'm looking for around. I don't know. But I like the original melody that I did right here better. I'm gonna try something. When I see you in your world, I found better. there's like latency when I'm doing this, and it's throwing me off.
When I see you in your world, I found the thing I'm looking for.
The latency is throwing me off severely. Right after background vocals. Yeah. Ooh. I will do background vocals in a second. I just need to get this first 4 lines done. I found the thing, I found the thing I'm looking for. Found what I've been. Bound, sound, round, bound, ground, hound, hound, bound. Bound is a word, right? I don't know. It's not.
Time when I see you in your world, I found the thing I'm looking for. Time when I see you in your world, I found the thing I'm looking for.
Oh, there's some backgrounds. As it's distorting the entire time. I really need a new computer. Let me try closing out some windows here on Chrome and seeing if maybe that will like free up some space on this computer, because maybe it's just like too much going on. And the thing is, I stream with 2 separate computers, so it's not like I'm about to sneeze. Oh my gosh. I didn't sneeze. Let's get rid of this. Maybe I just have too many Chrome windows up. Live stream music, don't need that anymore because we're doing this. This is the untitled document. We're not gonna look at. Oh my gosh, there's so many tabs. Maybe that's what the problem is. All right. Check. It's still clipping, but it's maybe it's better. I don't know. What's my computer say? Somebody told me about Control Alt Delete. There's a way that I can see how much CPU is being utilized right now, but I don't remember how to do it on a Mac, so I'm not gonna do it on a Mac. We're just gonna flow.
What's going on with you?
It got worse. It got worse. I have all these tracks frozen. There's nothing else. All these tracks are frozen, except for like the drums, and I don't think that the problem is the drums. Like, these aren't even activated. One day, we will make this work. I hate when I'm trying to do this and... Oh, that was weird. Maybe I can get away with 128 kilobits or whatever, megabits, whatever. I can hear latency, but it's not. You were throwing a lot of words. Mine is a gaming laptop 2018. I have been missing all your chats, and I thoroughly apologize. Apologize? I can't even speak right now. Okay, let me catch up on what you guys have been saying. Let's go. There's you. Okay, right after background vocals. Okay, sorry about that. You got this. That's gaming laptop 2018. now, town, rhythm, remove, one day this will, the lyrics. If I remembered what I was saying in the very moment that you were giving me these things, that would be great. I apologize. This is falling apart. We have like 22 minutes left and we have 3 lines. Let's see. All right. Is this running smoother? Check. This might work. Okay.
What's going on with you and me right now? On this train, on our way somewhere in town. When I see you in your world, I found.
Yeah, that's a lot better. Like usually I want the sample rate to be at like 64, but for whatever reason 64 is not cutting it today. But I don't feel the latency when I'm talking, so that's the important thing cuz like it just throws me off when there's latency when I'm trying to record vocals.
What's going on with you and me right now? On this train, on our way somewhere in town. When I see you in your world, I found.
All right. Keep up with the beat. Okay. Yeah, I'll just loop this section. That's a good idea. So we'll go 9. We'll do this section.
With you and me right now on this train, on our way somewhere in town. When I see you in your world, I found.
We'll do that. And I'll just loop the recording and I can just jump in and say a line and whatever. And I'll just be able to like grab the takes that I do and whatever.
What's going on with you and me right now on this train, on our way somewhere in town. When I see you in your world, I found.
That sounds creepy, but okay, let me pitch an idea. I'm gonna say something when it loops back around. But if you think this sounds creepy with the context of the story, let me know and I'll rewrite it.
With you and me right now on this train, on our way somewhere in town. When I see you in your world, I found. I can't do anything but smile.
I'm not trying to sound creepy on this song.
What's going on with you and me right now on this train, on our way somewhere in town. When I see you in your world, I found. I can't do anything but smile.
I don't know any Camila Cabello songs, to be completely honest with you, so I don't
What's going
get what
on
you're saying.
with you and me right now on this train, on our way somewhere in town. When I see you in your
We're gonna stall.
world, I found. I can't do anything but smile. What's going on with you and me right now on this train, on our way somewhere in town. When I see you in your world, I found. I can't do anything but smile.
We're gonna drop this down here.
What's going on with you and me right now on this train, on our way
have to actually look it up to be able to see what you're talking about, though.
What's going on? What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. I wonder what I am. Wait, no. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. But smile, but smile. I wanna know. I wonder what. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. I wanna
Higher register vocals. I mean, I can probably do some of
What's
that stuff.
going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you
That was terrible.
in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile.
I'll layer those with some falsettos.
What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. What's going on? What's going on with you? What's going on? What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on
It's kind of sloppy, but it'll work for fine for now.
When I see you
We got about 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes left.
I can't do anything but smile. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. Just live your life, What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile.
What about, I think the drums. I don't know what you're talking about though.
What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile.
So yeah, so I can't do any more production right now because this is the songwriting portion.
What's going on with you?
The part that I'm the worst at because I had spent the least amount of time on it.
Somewhere in town, when I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just live our life. We just live our life. But I'm old. We just live our life.
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live our life. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. I found what's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live live a life right now. What's going on with you and me right now? On this train, on our way somewhere in town. When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. What's going on with you and me right now? On this train, on our way somewhere in town. When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. Right now.
We're gonna splice those two together.
What's going on with you and me right now? On this train, on our way somewhere in town. When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. What's going on with you and me right now? On this train, on our way somewhere in town. When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. What's going on with you and me right now? On this train, on our way somewhere in town.
All right, I'm about to try something. It's not gonna be recorded though.
World I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now.
Maybe I can automate that. We'll see.
What's going on with you and me right now? On this train, on our way somewhere in town. When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. What's going on with you and me right now? On this train, on our way somewhere in town. When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. What's going on with you and me right now? On this train, on our way somewhere in town. When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. What's going on with you and me right now? On this train, on our way.
All right, so there's a little bit of a sequence. Not sequence, but like
in your world,
I just wanted to put that idea in real quick.
anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. What's going on with you and me right now? On this train, on our way somewhere in town. When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town. When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. Never wanna what's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town. When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. Busy, but I think I might. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. Busy, but I think I might. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. Busy, but I think I might slow down. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. Busy, but I think I might slow down. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. Busy, but I think I might slow down.
I didn't mean to do that.
Slow down. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. Busy, but I think I might slow down.
All right, so we did not get a full song. I didn't think we were going to get a full song, but I wanted to get as far as I could. So I'm going to play this, and then we'll see what we have. You can give your thoughts, and then, yeah. Actually, I need to... All right, we're jumping back over to this microphone. I appreciate that you like it, and I mean, you've been sitting here listening the whole time, so you know what it sounds like. But I appreciate that you like it. I did not want to record. But yeah, this is what we have for the 2-hour songwriting challenge.
What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. Busy, but I think I might slow down.
I'm gonna play this one more time, but I'm gonna play it with the what I'm calling the hook in here.
What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. Busy, but I think I might slow down. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile.
All right. I'm gonna do one more edit because I had another idea. I know I'm supposed to be stopping. I'm not gonna do vocals, but I'm just gonna do these edits that I hear in my head with like beat drops or whatever you want to call it. All right. Here we go.
What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. Busy, but I think I might slow down. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile.
All right. So what do we think about this? How are we feeling? Good? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Let me know. Close that track.
What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile. We just wanna live a life right now. Busy, but I think I might slow down. What's going on with you and me right now on this train on our way somewhere in town? When I see you in your world, I found I can't do anything but smile.
All right. So with that being said, this is what we have for the 2-hour songwriting challenge. First hour was production. Second hour was trying to figure out the vocals and lyrics. I'm still working on my songwriting abilities. I think there's also another situation of it's just different writing when you know there are people watching versus like sitting in a room by yourself and there's nobody around.
What's going on with you and me?
So that is part of the challenge that I'm dealing with this process. But my goal is to be able to do this enough times that I will get better at it and be able to write faster and easier and not overthink it, because I feel like I probably was overthinking it.
What's going on with you?
I feel like I was probably overthinking it a little bit. Just in case, I'm gonna actually pause this because this is also gonna be turned into a YouTube video. So I'm gonna pause the music real quick and just do like a sign off. All right. So that's what we have for the 2-hour songwriting challenge. I think that it's cool. I like it. I feel like I may have overthought it a little bit too much. But that's okay. This is kind of I think that's kind of what happens when you're like writing, when you're writing on camera with a bunch of people watching. It throws you off a little bit. But my goal is to be able to get better at songwriting, so I'm not overthinking it, and I'm basically, yeah, practicing. So that is basically what we got for today. I will be back again next week at the same time, trying to go live at 9 o'clock. Fingers crossed I actually start at 9 o'clock this next time. I appreciate that you have so much respect for me. Thank you. I appreciate that. And yes, Chloe, be safe, everyone. But yeah, we're gonna just keep on working through this. If you want to watch on YouTube, it's also live on YouTube at the same time that I'm live on TikTok, so you can watch on a full screen, stuff like that. But anyways, with that being said, I am going to go ahead and bring this live stream to an end. So everybody have a great night or morning, depending on where you are. If you're like in the UK or whatever, I guess I don't know. But anyways, I will see you later. Whew. Yeah. That's